March 14th through 20th is Sleep Awareness Week. It's aimed at building awareness around sleep problems and educating us all on how to get better sleep. So today I'm going to talk about why you, perfectionists, have so much trouble sleeping and what you can do about it. But first, is perfectionism affecting your work, relationships, sleep, and mood? I'm Dr. Amanda Wetegrove-Romine, a licensed psychologist, and it's my life's mission to help women recover from the anxiety and depression that comes with being a perfectionist. I'm here to teach you simple, evidence-based strategies to keep perfectionism from sabotaging your life. And today we're talking about sleep. So, just how many people have trouble sleeping these days? The CDC says that about a third of us aren't getting the sleep that we need, and researchers are already studying the effects that the pandemic is having on our sleep, a phenomenon called COVID-somnia. The research is clear that the increased financial stress put on us in the last year, new worries about our health and the health of our family, a blur between our work and our personal life since we've all shifted to telework, and added caregiving responsibilities, especially for women, are the culprit. Most of us are so busy during the day focused on completing tasks, checking off to-dos, reaching our goals, that our brain doesn't have the time to review the events from the day, reflect back on conversations that were had, or prepare for what's to come. So, when things finally quiet down and our head hits the pillow, our brain sees that as the perfect time to start to rehash the day. Comment down below if that scenario sounds like you. You're 100% ready to hit the hay, you're physically exhausted, but the minute your head hits the pillow, your mind gets spinning. Because of this, I'm a huge believer in scheduled worry time. Hang around so I can teach you how to use that a little later. Don't you wish you could just turn it all off? If you're a perfectionist, chances are these kinds of unhelpful patterns are deeply rooted, and it's going to take work to change those thoughts, likely with the help of a mental health professional. But what can you do in the meantime to get some relief and fall asleep easier? I suggest 3 tools based on research, which I've linked below, and I'm going to talk about them. Scheduling worry time, fostering gratitude, and practicing self-compassion. So number 1, scheduling worry time. Setting aside a specific time before you get into bed to do the rehashing and dissecting that your brain is going to do when your head hits the pillow can be really helpful. Use scheduled worry time to do all the things your brain does when you're trying to sleep. Replay conversations, make to-do lists for tomorrow, predict what might go wrong and plan ahead for it. Rehearse anything important like a conversation that you're going to have with your boss. Literally schedule a date with worry. Set aside a time, about 15 minutes, and let your brain do what it does without judgment. Your brain does these things because it's trying to protect you. So thank your brain and move on. A caveat here, you want to schedule worry time early enough in the day or the evening that the worries don't carry over into bedtime. So my favorite time to schedule this is around 6 p.m. so that I have time to still enjoy the rest of my evening and wind down about an hour before bedtime. Number 2, practice gratitude. Gratitude has been proven to help people with a host of mental health problems, including getting better sleep. Your gratitude practice can be as formal or as informal as you like. Typically, perfectionists or recovering perfectionists like me prefer more structure. So writing 3 to 5 things down in a journal that you're grateful for every evening is one way to do this. But if you don't want to add another structured activity to your day, something as simple as thinking about the things you're grateful for when you're brushing your teeth or when you're washing your face for bed can be an easy way to implement this too. Gratitude lessens the intensity of our worries. It helps us see the bigger picture so that our worries don't seem so catastrophic. And decreasing the intensity of our worries is going to help us fall and stay asleep easier. And finally, number 3, building self-compassion. So research has shown that perfectionists have thoughts at bed that sound like this. If only I had made another choice. If only I had done this instead of that. If only I had said this instead of said that. I wish I could undo it. Like I said before, perfectionists hold themselves to unrealistic standards and are highly self-critical when they don't reach these standards or they perceive that they've made a mistake. Recognizing that no one is perfect and all of us could do better helps us be more self-compassionate. In my ebook, which I link below, I talk about how naming our inner critic, that little voice that plays in our head, criticizing everything that we do, can be really helpful. Viewing our mistakes through a lens of self-compassion means reminding ourselves that we're a work in progress, that we're committed to growing and learning, and that we'll do better next time. When you notice your inner critic beating you up, congratulate yourself instead on the way you treated people today, the successes you had, or at the very least, the situations and interactions that you didn't mess up on. If you identify as a perfectionist, I hope that this short video helps you get better sleep. You deserve it. Many of us have perfectionistic tendencies, and these tendencies in and of themselves aren't necessarily a problem. But if you notice that perfectionism is sabotaging your relationships, your mood, your work, or your self-esteem, consider talking to a mental health professional like a psychologist or a master's level therapist. Visit psych-hike.com for details on the services I provide for perfectionists, including hike therapy, a great way to exercise your mind and your body. And if perfectionism is sabotaging your life, start the work by checking out my gift to you, a free ebook I created with 7 daily habits that you can start now to manage perfectionism. Like I said, it's my life's mission to help women struggling with anxiety and depression recover and reach their full potential.